Oh shit! Yo. Wait, is that Neil?
Me?
Kenny?
What about Kenny?
Oh my!
Yeah, bro. It's
Oh
been
my
months I've been here.
god!
My name on the thing was Giancarlo Perez, so I don't think I've been here this World Series.
Man,
It's been a minute.
yeah. Welcome back to another episode of IBTE Sports Podcast. We've been away with the holidays. Everybody's been pretty busy. How y'all feeling? How y'all living, man? What's up with y'all?
Caption speaks for herself.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Close but no cigar. Fuck Philly.
Wait, it's a bird. It's a plane. It's a Saquon.
Fuck.
Because that boy in the middle of his run, checking if his helmet is conditioned in 20-degree weather. Insane, man.
Bro, before the play, looked at Jalen Hurts and said, "Watch this."
Bro,
Wicked.
bro, man, so insane. Goddamn, where do we start? Where do we start? Kenny, you haven't been here for a little bit, so
I haven't been here since November.
yeah. What's some piece you gotta say since you've been gone for a bit?
I don't even know where to go, except for the fact that I say it every year. Every single season, we get to like October, November, and it's the Chiefs aren't that good. Who's gonna beat them? Who's really the championship contenders? I don't know how many different languages I gotta tell people, and stop it until they lose. Stop it. They're the favorite and should always be the favorite.
Yeah, I mean, they lost one game this year for a reason. So.
Right. Like we try to find a reason. Well, they're not scoring as much. Well, they're winning on this. Well, until they lose, stop it.
Gotta win games. It don't matter how you win a game. A win game is a win game.
Right.
Like at the end of the day, when it comes down to the playoffs, like I want to be a team that knows how to win a game that's like 10-6.
Close. Yeah, close game.
Some bullshit like that. Because you just never know. You never know when you're gonna need to pull that shit out of your ass and win a game like that. So obviously the Chiefs have it in them. And like Kenny said, and we've been saying this for years now on the podcast. It's like, I mean, Mahomes is incredible. Don't give them a first round bye, and just don't give them home field advantage for AFC Championship game.
And yet here we are again.
And
Come on down.
Let's put this into perspective. He's been the starting quarterback for 7 years.
Right.
He's playing in his 7th straight AFC Championship. And only one of them has not been at home.
Yeah. And that was against Tommy Brady.
No, it was last year against Lamar. Brady
didn't he play in? Oh, that's right.
Brady had to go to Arrowhead, but then he played Brady in the Super Bowl at Tampa. So
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I was thinking about because it was the overtime bullshit, right? The coin flip shit. I thought that was in Foxborough, but I guess not. But I mean, listen, I'm here to petition for NFL playoff games to be played in the dome. Every single one.
No. I'm not trying to hear that. You gotta play no matter the weather.
Listen, I understand the hype, like visually of a snow game, but like, bro, what's the point of what's the point of limiting our greatest athletes in the country, like to the point where they're slipping and sliding like 5-year-olds on ice? Like, why?
Or you win more games.
I was gonna say that game is actually a perfect example of why home field advantage matters and why building a team for your region matters. Because if that game is played anywhere else and it's not snowing, the Rams win it.
You think they're winning it?
100%.
100%. They almost won it. They almost won on Sunday.
Matthew Stafford had 352 passing yards and 2 touchdowns in a whiteout blizzard.
Right. If not for a fumble that happened because of the snow.
Yeah. 2.
Yeah.
Two of them.
I mean, I'm taking nothing away from the Eagles. They did exactly what they were supposed to do.
Right. And I'm not taking anything away from the Eagles as well. Obviously, they, home field advantage played a huge part. The Rams game plan should have been stop Saquon Barkley at all costs, and he won't be took on him again.
600 all-purpose yards in 2 football games. That's
Bro.
crazy.
Why just put 11 in the box?
They did.
But it's like I know that's what sad they did.
Like they did,
especially in those conditions. Like you're telling me Jalen Hurts gonna throw the ball.
So the defense is obviously young. I mean, I think we started fucking 8 rookies this year, 9 rookies maybe. The RPO killed us all year. RPO killed us in the Eagles game in SoFi. Going into that game, the Rams had not let up over 10 points in 5 weeks. Rams defense. I mean, Jalen Hurts had 170 yards. Like, if you're gonna win that game, you look at the box score and you look at that box score without the final score, you say, my God, the Eagles got blown the fuck out. And they lost on a fucking if Kevin Dotson just gets his double team block, Tyler Higbee scores walking. He just missed his block. And he posted on Instagram story after the game, was like, he's like, yo, thank you LA for rocking with me. I'm so sorry for everybody I let down. Like, he knew right away. Like, Jalen Carter is like the only person on that defensive line that you needed to block, and he missed his double team block. Like, but also 3rd and 2, Sean McVay run the ball. Kyron Williams had 120 yards rushing. Run the ball. Run the ball. Right, what are you gonna do next year? Listen, for me, if I'm a Rams fan, which I am, but like outside of myself, if you're a Rams fan, you got to feel fucking phenomenal about this season, about this team coming back, running it back with all the rookies with a year of experience. Matthew Stafford's coming back 100%. Cooper Kupp is probably, I don't know what we're gonna do with him. Obviously Puka.
Yeah,
I guess
he's cooked.
Rumors are surrounding that they're gonna basically go all in for T. Higgins this year coming in. So we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah, apparently he tweeted, "What's up, Houston?"
Yeah, so we'll see what happens. He's gonna. I mean, the Rams have $70 million of cap space, and that's before any restructures.
Yeah, Houston can't afford to pay a third receiver. They're already paying Nico.
I like him.
Diggs, and they have Tank Dell.
I like him going to Washington too. They have the money. They're top 3 in cap space.
That makes sense.
So.
Yeah, and you got guys like fucking, who was it, Kenny Deami Brown? Is that his name?
Although
Deami Brown.
But he was supposed to come in the league and make a splash, and he hadn't until this playoff. So they also, like, he's doing what he's supposed to do.
Yeah.
Right.
But yes, you're right. When on paper, that's your number 2 receiver. It's like,
Olamide Zaccheaus.
and
Deami Brown, NFC Championship game.
Atlanta Falcons, right, Kenny?
Yes, former Falcon, baby.
Yeah. Where did he start?
With the Falcons.
Atlanta.
He started with the Well, I thought he was with the Eagles too.
Yeah, after us.
After the Falcons.
Oh, okay.
He played for the Falcons a while ago, like what Julio was still on the team.
Because he's from, I was about to say, because he's from that area or whatever.
Yes, I mean, I mean, listen, at the end of the day, like I said, you feel good if you're a Rams fan. I mean, you're 4 yards away, not even, you're 15 yards away from winning that game, and then going to the Super Bowl. Because I think you bring Washington into LA with the way that my team was playing, like, that's a Super Bowl visit. And I think we finally get the matchup that everybody's been wanting for years, Rams against Kansas City again.
I don't think that anyone wants it. I mean, like, yes, I picked that, but I don't think anyone is clamoring.
It's not enough.
Well, they don't want to see Kansas City in the Super Bowl at all. Like, nobody wants
it's not enough.
They hate greatness.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the Bills Ravens game, it came down to turnovers and mistakes. Lamar turned the ball over too many times. You can't do that shit in a playoff game. And we've had, that's been his MO in the playoffs, right? Turning the ball over, stupid fumbles, stupid picks. I mean, that one pick was crazy. Like, what was he throwing the ball to? And obviously, and they could have won the game, obviously, or maybe tied the game, gone overtime, whatever. Mark Andrews.
Yeah, they broke it. They broke it down. Chase Daniel said it looked like it was a choice route, but still.
Okay, if Mark Andrews makes that catch, okay, and it's a tie game,
Mm-hmm.
The Bills have
There's a lot time. There's a lot of time.
A minute and
you
10
give
seconds.
Josh Allen no, it wasn't like a minute 30.
I thought it was like a minute 10 at the time.
It was like a minute. It was like a
enough.
Yeah, it was like a minute. It was like a minute.
It was anywhere between a minute 13 and a minute 30,
right?
With 2 timeouts and Josh Allen, and they're gonna get the ball at the 30-yard line, and all he's got to do is get 40 yards. You think Josh Allen wasn't getting 40 yards in a minute and 13 seconds with 2 timeouts?
He could have ran 30 yards in a minute and 13 seconds.
So I don't like.
No, and I wasn't saying
no, not you. I'm saying just because that's because the general consensus has been, oh man, if my grandchild
never know though. It's better than watching the shit and watching them drop it.
Yeah. No, you're right. But people are acting like, oh, if he caught it, they won the game. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, I mean,
it was a great, right? Yeah, I was gonna say it was a great game.
Phenomenal games all around. I mean, that fucking they had 50 points combined in the second quarter alone in the fucking Commanders Lions game. That was wild.
I just don't.
Another game that came down to turnovers. Every single divisional round game came down to turnovers. Like
turnovers in the playoffs.
The Rams turned the ball over twice. The Ravens turned the ball over twice, plus a drop. The Rams had drops, mistakes. The Lions had 4 turnovers. Jared Goff had 3 picks. Jameson Williams had a pick. Like, you can't turn the ball over in games like this.
Glad you said that, Jameson Williams. Are we done saying that all these guys are geniuses? Because what kind of idiot do you got to be down 10 points in the fourth quarter with 10 minutes left, and you call a wide receiver reverse pass with Jameson Williams?
Not to mention, how about you tell your wide receiver, listen, if this isn't open, throw it away.
Or
you
how
threw
about
into triple coverage.
We don't even give him the chance.
Or don't even give him the chance, right? You got a guy who had
5,000 yards passing. Let you get the chance.
Damn near 70% completion this year.
And we're not talking any receiver. We're talking the biggest knucklehead in the league outside of George Pickens.
Knucklehead.
Like dude was just suspended because he wanted to gamble on sports inside of the facility.
Oh, no, that's old.
Right.
Having to go walking around as a pedestrian with a gun.
Right.
Or jogging and on his end around into the end zone.
Right, and doing the pretty Ricky.
Yeah, like
you said the pretty Ricky.
Like
I just listen, man. I'm glad. Listen, I don't know about y'all. We talk about athlete podcast. One podcast is getting really annoying and let me know that he is a dickhead. Is St. Brown.
Oh yeah,
he is 150% so annoying. Yeah. I'm so glad that they lost because he gets on there. Anybody that gets on there, he acts like the Lions are world. Y'all just got good. Your franchise is poverty, technically still poverty,
and that's why
you just got good.
So that's why a lot of people this year and last year were just sick of Lions fans because like y'all taste a little bit of success and now all of a sudden you think that you guys are like the world champions of everything. Like, no, like relax. Like y'all just got good,
bro.
And y'all got good because of fucking you got to trade your franchise quarterback, like your lifetime quarterback away.
Anytime someone was deservedly drafted where they were drafted and then rips off everyone that was drafted in front of them like it was a slight on them, tells me all I need to know about them.
I'd like St. Brown out of USC, the Trojans. I was like, I felt like he was gonna be good because he can do everything, which he's obviously doing now. But it's like, bro, they might care about you counting 12 receivers. Those dudes are better than you.
Right, like
they have better stats than you. They're on better teams.
Like he acts like it was like nobody, like the dudes that got drafted before. I'm like, okay, but they were better than you. Like, I don't understand what you're doing here, man.
And you were playing on it was like kind of like a bridge team for USC at the time too. They weren't really what they were. They weren't what they are now. But
now, like if I'm a Lions fan, I'm the exact opposite feeling. If I'm a Rams fan, like I'm the exact opposite feeling. I just lost my defensive coordinator and my offensive coordinator.
Yeah, but they're still young. Like I wouldn't worry about that too much.
Yeah,
all I know is I watched Jared Goff for a long time, and he obviously has lost. He got
tricked. He got tricked this past weekend. He did. They got him. They made him look really, really silly. I know just some of those throws you've seen, like, damn, like you haven't made that kind of throw since 2017 since you got in the league.
I've seen it. I can tell you right now.
But it's been a while though. He's been playing lights out the past 2 years. So.
He played ever since McVay got in the league. He's been a good quarterback. The 1 year he wasn't a good quarterback in LA was when he had the hand injury and he played through it. He's been a good quarterback every year except for the Jeff Fisher year.
Right.
Yeah, I mean he that year, that was the year after the Super Bowl. That was 2019. Yeah. That year he played, the whole year was down. Obviously, he had career numbers the year before that, but then he hurt his hand in week 15, and he came in the playoffs and even played good in the playoffs. But then the Green Bay game, he couldn't. It was too cold for his little hand. So, and he was also playing. Aaron Donald was also playing with cracked ribs, and that was just a recipe for disaster. But what's funny is Rams fans are now comparing. So there's a picture of Jared Verse watching the team or whatever in Philly celebrate like that Stephon Diggs shit, and the same picture happened in the divisional round with Aaron Donald after they lost to the Packers, and he was crying. And the year after, we went to the Super Bowl and won the Super Bowl. So everybody's like, "Oh, maybe, maybe."
Can we stop this?
Yeah,
I hate that shit.
You had mad time to do something. Get your ass to the locker room. Get ready to see your family. You've been away from your family all season. Get ready, man. Vacation. Cancun is calling you. I know you got the tickets booked. Right.
I will say, it's been a long, long time in any sport that somebody has talked shit for a whole week and then backed it up in the game. And Verse was a fucking goddamn menace. Verse is really good. Like really he was a fucking thumbs down every time he did some crazy shit. He fucking was a menace that whole game. So I'm very happy about that pick. And I never watched him in college, but apparently he was good like that in college.
He's good at every stage, even because I believe want to say is he from Central PA?
He played at Albany. He played at UAlbany.
Mm-hmm. And he transferred to the Fort. Yeah. So.
Yeah, losing Braden Fisk in that game also didn't help. We lost Braden Fisk in the first quarter, and he had 8.5 sacks as a nose tackle this year. So
injuries will do it.
Doesn't help
every time, man. Every time.
Once again, thanks for the snow. I'm gonna play in that Buffalo weather instead.
Yeah, Lawrence Verse went to high school in Bloomsburg.
Yeah. He went Central Columbia. Yeah, Central Columbia. Yeah.
I hate Eagles fans. Whenever I see that green, I see that green color, it just
they had they had positive things to say about him too.
Yeah, after the game, a lot of the Eagles fans were like, obviously
he's a problem.
He talked his shit and backed it up. Like there was nothing we could really do.
Yeah,
that's true. Phenomenal games all around.
I want to go back.
You want to look ahead?
No. I want to go back to that Ravens and Bills game, son. Do we
squad, Lawrence? That's your squad.
What?
The Ravens are your squad.
I'm always with Ashton Jackson, man, but this is disappointing. I wanted to be able to talk shit.
I know.
And now I'm not able to talk shit because he's just been there. Yeah, it's Lamar just being yet again losing.
Yeah. I personally, I know we say this. I feel like we say this every year, whether it's about Lamar or it's about Joe Burrow or not Joe Burrow, or it's about a different fucking quarterback in the league. But I don't know. Lamar obviously elevates players around him, but can I see the dude with a legit wide receiver one? Can I see it? I'm not saying don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that would have helped him win that game or whatever, but
I just don't think. I think he's so.
I don't want to hear that anymore, though.
Yeah. I'm good on that.
Obviously, Zay Flowers wasn't there that game, so I'll give him that. But he also has this year the second best running back in the NFL.
No, I agree. So, I agree.
So that argument is gone for me at this point.
I agree, and obviously I'm not saying anything about that.
But the guy he was playing against, who you were going head to head for with MVP all year, who's his number one receiver? Khalil Shakir. Because don't tell me Amari Cooper, because he's a decoy. He hasn't done anything since he got there, so he's not number one.
That's a fact. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say this. I think. I don't feel like they the full arsenal. Every time they get to the playoffs, it's not full arsenal. It's like a weird thing. It's where they run too much. then they don't pass, and then they pass, but then he doesn't run. So it's like, bro, like you're.
But what do you think was Sunday? What would you say? Because I thought it was a pretty even mix. I think he just turned the ball over.
Sunday was just turnovers. Sunday was just turnovers.
I don't think that people said, oh, well, they're supposed to give Derrick Henry 20 rushes and they'll win every game.
Nah.
Well, he ran the ball 16 times. Like, that's close enough. I'm sorry. I'm not going to crucify them over four runs.
I mean, what needs to happen for the Ravens to get over the slump? Lamar can't turn the ball over in the playoffs. Like, he just.
Which I don't think the window's closed for him. Nah. I think he's going to be just fine.
He's 28 years old.
You're gonna continuously run into the same dudes over and over. It's either gonna be you're gonna have these MVPs and you're never.
You didn't even get Joe Burrow this year.
Well, he's a top 5 quarterback in the league. Like Lamar, or so the Bengals with Lamar, or Bengals with Burrow, Ravens with Lamar, Bills with Allen, and Chiefs with Mahomes. Their window is always going to be open as long as those 4 are on their team. Like,
Kenny, I mean, also
right.
Broncos with Bo Nix look good too. They look good too.
So did Mac Jones his first year in New England.
Well, what are we talking about, son? What are we talking about, son? I do throw Bo Nix when we were talking about those.
Obviously, I'm just saying. AFC. No, I'm talking about people he would have to run into. Like, I'm just saying, the AFC's.
Did you see what happened when the Broncos went to the playoffs this year?
Yeah, they got.
Did we watch the same game?
They got smoked by Josh Allen. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying that's
ain't nobody.
And I'll give it to Josh Allen. He locked in. He's making every correct throw every time.
Well, he's done this. He does this in the playoffs, and then he meets that boy, and that's when that's what happens.
Because bro, it's just they gotta go there again. This shit is comedy. It's comedy, and then all you're gonna see playing. When I went to the game this season in fourth quarter, he runs in for the end zone on that 4th down. That's all they're gonna play. But the game is not gonna go that same way of when it happened in Buffalo this season. It's just not gonna happen. I just don't see them beating them. I don't see it.
You don't see the Buffalo Bills beating the Chiefs?
No.
The only thing I'm worried about.
But my thing is, this is what I'm doing. We seeing the same shit happen. We've already seen them beat them in the regular season and have to go to Arrowhead and get that ass spanked.
Yeah,
they even beat them at Arrowhead in the regular season once.
Yeah, and they said they came back and then get packed up. But it is. I don't know, man. I think it's gonna be. I'm hoping it's a good game. I want to see somebody else win besides the Chiefs, but history has said do not bet against that because they packing up everybody.
Bro,
we're probably gonna witness history.
I like to witness history in my lifetime, so I would like to see them win the third.
A three-peat is insane.
I just look at it like, I mean,
three-peat. What are we saying about Pat if you do this?
Well, I mean, I don't think anything changes at this point. Right now, it's still Brady is going to be considered everyone's GOAT at the moment, understandably so. There's nothing Mahomes can do until his career is done now, I think, to surpass Tom. But I think it does your 1A and 1B.
The only thing I'm worried about, and
this real Jordan and LeBron like right now.
The only thing I worry about in this game,
this was like Warriors 3-1.
The only thing I worry about in this game, and Kenny kind of touched on a little bit when we first started talking about the Chiefs, but the only thing I worry about in this game is the Chiefs have scored 30 points twice this year, 3 times this year. So I'm not saying that they can't score points, but obviously we know Patrick Mahomes, but if this turns into a shootout, if this goes 40 plus, like, can the Chiefs have enough power to overcome that? Not saying that it will, because like I know the Chiefs defense is crazy. That's what I'm saying.
I totally 300% hear what you're saying, but that's not going to be a problem because the defense isn't going to allow 40 points. But I get what you're saying.
They're not about all that 40.
Could they do it? I wonder that myself, but I don't worry about that.
Spag got better DBs this time around. It's just I don't know. I don't know, man. And best believe McDuffie is gonna go to whoever's catching the most passes, and that person's locked down. He's like, I don't think people really pay attention. He's really locked down. Yeah. He goes to the slot, the outside. Whoever's catching the passes, they are taking out the game immediately.
Yeah.
And I don't think people pay attention to him a lot, but because it's obviously a collective group over there. But Chris Jones is unblockable.
Also,
their defense is 4th best in the league. They only let up 19 points a game. So, like, obviously Buffalo's a different animal. Josh Allen's a beast. But they're coming.
This is box office. It gets no better. It gets no better than this.
Is it time to admit that maybe Travis Kelce or maybe Mahomes was telling Kelce, like, listen, regular season, I got to get these other guys ready. Like, me and you, we ain't gonna be worried about this.
Yeah.
And then they get to the playoffs, like, okay, Trav, time to lock in, because you don't just go from being mediocre all year to 7 for 117 and a touchdown in the biggest game of the year.
It was like back-to-back seasons, week 1 through 7. We're asking, where's Kelce at? What is going on?
And I got to get these other guys ready so they're ready in the moment.
And now he's talking about, like, it's not even like the past couple of years. Hollywood, Xavier, bro, come on, bro. They're not losing. They're not
I keep bringing up to everybody.
They're not losing.
They did this without Rashee Rice this year.
Oh my goodness!
Like, he comes back next year.
Yeah, and another year with Xavier Worthy.
Right.
Worthy is playing. Worthy's playing great, man. He's playing
Hollywood
great.
Brown was on IR all year.
He played 3 games.
Yeah.
D-Hop came over in the middle of the year.
Right.
Okay.
And Kels looks playoff ready. Like he might have just slowed down a little bit. And they still won 15 games.
So now with all those guys in the regular season, Kels, you can be my 5th option all year long. And then when January rolls around, you know what time it is.
Then plus Kareem Hunt is overdue. He should have 3 ring. He should be going for his 3rd ring right now, but he gets his opportunity to get his first.
And you still got
you got Pacheco too. Yeah, that too.
And you're always gonna get a fucking dagger run by Mahomes. At some point in the game, you're gonna get a 3rd and 10, and he runs
with a flop and get 15. Kick a field goal before half or something crazy to swing the game later on.
You know what I call that? Great mental awareness. He knows the refs are going to figure
all I'm saying is, if you know you about to get that 15, make it worth it. Concussion protocol. Make them go into that blue tent. If you know you're going to get that 15 and you can't stop, you better make the 15 worth it.
Now, that was like my question I had for you guys, because when Will Anderson says to the media after the game, we knew coming in it was us against the refs. So if you know that,
smack them.
Why are you doing anything that could remotely be considered something? And 2, if you're gonna do it, then do it. Like, so I was so confused by that. Like, you came into the game knowing we were gonna get cheated, and then put yourself in a situation to get cheated. I guess that don't make sense to me.
I mean, in hindsight. In hindsight, you know the refs are going to be either just protect Mahomes like nobody else.
But that's not actually, like, I know what you're saying, but it's just because we see their games more than anybody else.
He does it in those spots where he makes the refs have to call it too.
Josh Allen got called for the most rough in the passer penalties this year. Has anyone said anything about that?
No, yeah, he flops a lot too.
But they're not on national TV every week, so we don't see it as much. Right, my point.
Exactly.
Just like, is anybody talking about before halftime that ghost defensive pass interference penalty that gave the Bills a big lead against the Ravens? No one's talking about that. Right. Or how about the fact that Jared Goff got absolutely obliterated by a Commanders defender on a pick 6? No, we're not talking about that either. But because the Chiefs,
in the middle of the play though.
No, but did you hear? They brought the officials on. That was a unnecessary rough. Like, it doesn't matter if it's quarterback, running back, offensive lineman. That was an illegal block. Yeah.
I saw him like just disappear on the screen. I was like, yeah, he just got rocked.
But my point is, we saw plenty of plays this weekend where nothing happened and no one cared. But when it came to that Chiefs game, I had mother suckers on Twitter dissecting every play, saying, "Oh, look at this!"
It's the same. It's the same thing. It's just like the Patriots. When the Patriots were winning, everybody was asking for all these calls. It's because they're winning. That's what it is.
They're winning, and like, they're on national TV. We see them the most. Of course, we're going to see it more. If they put the Saints on national TV every week, we're going to say, "Dang, they really call everything for the Saints, don't they?" Well, yeah, because we see them every week.
Right. It's just listen, man. If you go onto the sideline,
all right. So
and it's questionable, you better make it worth it. and make him feel, yo, do not do that shit no more, or your helmet is going to get knocked off.
So I did just want to look it up just to see if I know what Kenny's saying about watching it a lot. But
we had Mac, we had a couple comments.
The statistics
What's good, Rick? What's good?
Revolving around the Chiefs' penalties since 2021.
What's y'all take on the narrative that the refs are protecting them? That's what you're responding to?
I'll tell you that right now.
No, we just happen to be going over.
Oh, okay.
I'll tell you that right now. The Chiefs in the playoffs with the Kansas City Chiefs since 2021, the Chiefs have accrued 36 penalties. Opponents have had 66. The Chiefs have accrued 319 penalty yards. The opponents have accrued 541 penalty yards. The Chiefs' opponents have been penalized 10 times more than the Chiefs, as opposed to 0 more penalties. And then more penalty yards, the Chiefs have had 1 time in a game, and opponents have had 10 times in a game. So, I mean, I guess you can see where people would kind of be sick of the, you know.
But wait, because let me break this down for you, because you said that. Here's another thing, though. This was the playoffs just last year, okay? In the Super Bowl, Niners had 6 penalties for 40 yards. Kansas City had 6 for 55. Ravens 8 for 95, Kansas City 3 for 30, Bills 5 for 28, but Chiefs 2 for 15, Miami 8 for 62, Kansas City 5 for 45. So the total was opponents 27 for 240, Kansas City 16 for 140. But in the actual games, the yard discrepancy wasn't that much. And 2, don't we always say good, well-coached teams don't get penalized? Like, that's our big, when a team gets penalized, we say they're undisciplined or this or that. So I guess, so if we think that Andy Reid's a good coach, I think a lot
of the penalties too are those the long third downs where it's defensive holding. People are like, oh, here we go again. But if a guy is getting grabbed, he's getting grabbed through the route. It is what it is.
And also, they just want to clear up on this graphic that the reason the graphic starts in 2021 when Mahomes and the Chiefs had already won the Super Bowl 2 years earlier. During the 2020 playoffs, the Chiefs were called for more penalties and penalty yards in 2 out of the 3 postseason games, including the Super Bowl, where Tampa Bay Buccaneers were called for just 4 penalties and 39 yards, while the Chiefs were called for 11 penalties, totaling 120
nobody
yards.
remembers that when Pat Mahomes was running for his life. He was running for his life the whole game.
But of course, Tom Brady was the opposing quarterback when he was still playing. So now and consistently winning. So now people are now convinced that the torch was passed down from Tom Brady to Mahomes. Listen, now you can say, and I agree with what Kenny's saying. I agree with what you're saying. Good teams don't get penalized a lot, Lawrence. I agree with what you're saying, but you can't. I mean, you can't really argue the statistics against this. They are definitely. I mean, listen, numbers don't lie. They are. I mean, I'm not going to say that they're favored, but it just seems to be that whenever it comes around, whenever the time comes around, the opposing teams seem to end up with a costly penalty against them.
I'll never. I just saw this on. TikTok. It was like somebody was complaining about the same exact thing, and they're running clips back, and it was third. It was like 39 against the Bengals or something, and they let a play go, and he gets sacked for like 10 yards.
Oh, it's crazy.
But then they huddle up.
Yep.
And then they say that the play was blown dead before it. They get back on the ball, 39, put more time on the clock, then a defensive holding in the secondary gets called. It's like, bruh.
Yeah, no, I
just want to point out though, Neil, because those were a very compelling argument you just said. But I looked up in the last 4 years, so between January 22nd, 2021 and January 22nd, 2025, the Bills have the most penalties in their favor. So again, that was just my point. It's like we all keep saying the Chiefs. The Bills are getting the same exact thing. We're just
I watched quite a bit of the Bills games.
They do,
and you can see in those moments
a lot of calls.
It's a lot of holding calls in the secondary. And it's because of the way he plays too. The dude is running. He's running to the sideline and does
trying to break,
and he does a Derek Jeter throw into the sticks and then gets hit. It's a penalty, or somebody's getting held because he's extending plays. So I get it.
Well, and also, like you're also looking at, Joe Brady and Andy Reid, like they're gonna put your guys in vulnerable positions to make.
And they're gonna throw ghost routes too. They're gonna throw 9 routes because it seems like your guy is tired. He's gonna hold while the ball's in the air, and then they're gonna get the ball at the 1 yard line.
Yes, I mean, sure, but also like, I mean, I guess really what you would have to do, and you know, in a case like this, what you would really have to do is get, you know, an ex-referee or an ex-player official or something like that to go back and look at every single game, look at all the calls that are made, and say this was the correct call, this wasn't the correct call, because in the Texans game, all retired NFL referees watched the tape and they said both those calls were correct. And I would have, and I agree with both of those calls. The one that really would have thrown me off of that is that flop out of bounds, right? Like if they threw a flag on that shit. Yeah. No, I know. But I'm saying is like, if the fix was really in, like y'all would have seen a flag on that. So it's not like they're just blowing, at least from what I've seen, it's not like they're just blowing the whistle on nothing, right? Like what in that game specifically, there was penalties.
And that's like called. People can get upset, but like technically you're upset at the rule, not necessarily that the flag got thrown, because you hit him in the head on the one. So that's always a penalty in the quarterback in the head. And then the second one where they collided, yes, the two Texans hit each other in the head, but they also hit Patrick Mahomes in the head while they did it. So again, I don't love the rule, but that's the rule. Like,
I agree, and I would love for the NFL to take a look at the way that the quarterback gets protected outside the pocket.
Yes. Yeah, that shit should be,
because it's super
no good,
and it's also super dangerous for the defender to just have
to pull up, protect them in the pocket.
Like if you break out as a runner and if you slide, like sure they shouldn't be able to dive at your head.
Everything is green.
It's got to be egregiously late. Like if we're diving almost simultaneously, like because it's tough. I got to still try to hit you, because what if I don't know if you're sliding or not?
I always the 2 or 3 steps out of the pocket is a valid thing. I think you have enough. You have that first step where you can decel, and then the first step to decel. The second one is to dodge them in some type of fashion. But if you got 2 steps and you're still rocking them as they already got the ball at their hand, then that should be a penalty.
Yeah, I would like to see a rule change, as you know, regarding the yardage allowed for a slide. Like if you're within 3 yards of a defender, you should not be able to slide.
You
get hit, exactly. Yeah. Or you become a runner, and like if a running back gives they slide, they get hit. This is what,
right, exactly. Like you call it if it's egregiously late, obviously, but like you said, if we're in the vicinity, no one's saying, "Oh, you hit Bijan when he slid." Like,
I think it comes down to even the slides too. I was talking about more of the scrambling outside to make a throw, but even the decel can be the same thing for slides.
Yep,
it's clear as day. Like, all right, you could have got out of his way. 100%. And then there's other ones like you. All right, he just doesn't care. and listen, if he slides late, it is what it is, and he's gonna have to deal with the repercussions of going in that blue tent.
And it's another thing that I hate
because because running quarterbacks don't get, like, I'll even say, like, for example, like Josh Allen gets a lot of the roughing the passer when he's inside the pocket, but when he gets out of the pocket, he's not protected anymore. They consider him a runner, but Mahomes actually could run if he wanted to, he just doesn't. But they treat him like a pocket guy. So once he leaves the pocket, it's like, oh, this isn't a running quarterback. Why are you hitting him, buddy?
And also the other thing I can't stand is when they're going towards the sideline. And like if you push them out of bounds just a little bit too hard or whatever, they're throwing a flag. Like, listen.
Smack City.
Like what do you want us to do here? This is a full contact sport. Like, how many times have we seen a guy go towards the sideline and make people miss and take off? Like, you gotta play through the whistle.
Until
I see that foot hit the white chalk, I should be allowed to hit you.
Right. Like, we learned this shit in Pop Warner. Like, you play the ball through the whistle. Like, don't matter what. What's going on.
Everything in here on the sideline. Everything. If you're not out of bounds, I don't care if you deselling and you still in bounds, you're getting smacked.
You gotta get smacked.
Because you better go up the field and brace for a hit or get out of bounds quicker. Because that's what I would be. I'd be like, all right, that's your one. That the first quarter, that's your one right there.
Yeah,
second time, I'm gonna do something to you.
I just hope we see the yellow towels stay in the pockets for these 2 championship games, which the refs, I will say, the refs this weekend were great. I think that they, besides the one missed call on Goff on the pick 6, and then on Saquon's bust out, they held the deal.
I want to take a minute. Shout out Jaden. Shout out Daniel.
Oh, for real, man. That's crazy. Like, this is crazy.
We ain't really talk about him. Like, my man uses VR and he just out here smoking cats.
Bro, he is.
He throws. Man, he using the Oculus to smoke them.
Like he really
this
does.
Is crazy.
He throws a clean ball, and he really is a fucking very good runner. He's a very decisive runner. When he decides to go, he's going. Like,
yeah.
I've never been happier to be wrong about a guy because I liked him, but
I thought he was going to get.
I said he likes to run into dudes. Like this isn't going to work out, but he
I think once he messed the ribs up, he kind of changed up. Like, oh, I need to get out of bounds quicker. I need to slide.
Yeah, I never been more excited to be wrong because I was like, "Yo, this dude runs into people. Like that's not gonna end well."
I mean, he did take.
He was getting smacked. Yeah, he was Looney Tunes hits. Those are the type of hits right there that I'm talking about. Like you are still in bounds. You're getting smoked.
Yeah,
like you going into the guy with the sound mic, all that. You're going into the sticks because you still in play.
Bro, I would love to see the Commanders go. That would be so sick.
It's gonna be a Commanders and Chiefs Super Bowl.
Oh, that would be so. Don't you? I think that would be sick as fuck to watch a rookie quarterback go up against Mahomes. I think that'd be sick.
He's super calm too, man. For your coach to believe in you, to not punt the ball, to go for it on the fourth downs is crazy.
Yeah,
with the game on the line.
That's not because Dan Quinn believes in. That's because Dan Quinn's a dummy.
Well, you gotta somewhat believe in him. You gotta believe in him somewhat. We know he's a dummy, but he's a dummy, but he also believes in him.
Dan Quinn would do that if Sam Howell was his quarterback.
Dan Quinn right now don't know what's going on. He's like, how did I get there?
You know his two best years: Kyle Shanahan, Cliff Kingsbury, and he gets all the credit, and that mother sucker ain't doing nothing. Wait, he's a defensive guru.
I was gonna say
both those years we talked about. No, but both those years that we talked about, his offense led the team. But he's a defensive guy who gets the credit. How does that make sense? Man, don't get me going. See, this is why I need the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl, though, because 1, never the Bills. 2, never the Eagles. And 3, I can't see Dan Quinn win a Super Bowl. I will lose my mind if Dan Quinn wins a Super Bowl.
It was the Falcons. They were the reason.
If Dan Quinn wins the Super Bowl, I will lose my mind.
But 45 points on the Lions is just a walk into the.
That's part of the past couple of weeks, though. Everyone's been doing that against the Lions recently.
So the Lions had 17 guys on IR. Let's not get it twisted.
Everyone's been putting up at least 35 on them.
Like the Lions defense was decimated. Let's not go crazy. They were. I mean, obviously the turnovers didn't help them, but they really needed to score 50 because their defense was really, really out here like paper mache. They really just had nobody out there. So I mean, losing Aiden Hutchinson was a huge loss for that team. Huge loss. But what are you gonna do, man? Listen, injuries happen. Next man up, right? So we say that every year.
Yeah.
But what are we thinking? We want to pick these games this weekend or what?
Yeah, man. You got Washington. They going to the link. Link gonna be jumping.
After what I just saw, what
them tickets looking like?
After what I just saw in Philadelphia with the Rams and Philadelphia, Jalen Hurts doesn't look like he could throw the ball at all right now. I don't know what's going on
now.
At least, I mean, I'm just saying, like this dude that had 100. Bro. He doesn't even have. I don't
when
think he throws 300 yards in 2 games.
When he throws a pass, listen, when he throws the ball past 20 yards, it looks like it takes everything out of his body to throw the ball. I don't know if it's just his throwing motion, but he just looks like it's real difficult.
Also, can we get AJ Brown out of the library and on the jugs machine?
Catch the ball. Go to the sideline and read a book about how to catch the ball.
They ODing on the book, bro.
Yo, and then he gonna double down and show up to the stadium with the book again. And then
apparently they said he's had it though.
No, but wait. Here's my.
He said he's had it all season.
Wait, here's my thing. They caught him for the first time ever actually reading the book last week. So if you've been doing this all week, all year, or your whole career. We've never once caught you with the book on your sideline.
He said that even his teammates came out and they said, yeah, he's had it the whole time.
No. because they asked Jalen after last week's game, and he said, "I personally never seen him read the book." That's a quarterback. My man made this dude a.
I didn't even know that. Yeah, he definitely did.
They asked Jalen Hurts
about that dude is sitting in like South Dakota right now, and he just got mad random Amazon ding 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 ding. They're like, oh shit,
exactly.
they're rich.
Crazy, but I'm picking the Commanders in this game.
You like the Commanders?
I like the Commanders in this game. Obviously, the Eagles' defense is not the Lions' defense.
Do you like the Commanders? Because the Eagles just beat the Rams. Yeah, that's what
I think he legit likes the Commanders.
Okay. I watched a Rams team go into a blizzard and almost beat this team with offense against the number 1 ranked defense in the league. And
he felt stupid. He said Buddy tried to pull LeBron. He read the cover in the last page as a summary. Like not the back of the book, Phil.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. This Commanders offense has been clicking and they've been hot for a while. I did not want to play them going into the playoffs. I'm really glad we played the Vikings instead of the Commanders straight up. I think they got what it takes to go into this fucking team and beat.
How about Scary Terry unlocked?
Right.
Yeah.
And not even just being funny because it's Dan Quinn. And there's to me a lot of similarities with this Commanders team. In the year the Falcons went to the Super Bowl, like fly under the radar all year. No one really talks about them, and they got hot towards the end of the year, and that's what's happening right now with this team. And I think that they're going to win this game.
Yeah, they're playing juiced.
I mean, listen, we gave them the blueprint. Just stack the box. Put Lattimore on.
You got that vet over there, Bobby.
Bobby's
Bobby a champion too, so he's got a lot of playoff experience.
They're on a 7-game win streak right now.
Is JD the best rookie QB of all time? I'd have to look at some stats, but
I mean, I'm
going off he is because he's out. He had it every week. He got an Oculus smoking dudes. It don't get no better than that.
I don't like to be prisoner of the moment.
Yeah, I'd have to look up numbers.
CJ Stroud's rookie year was insane.
No, Jaden Daniels is actually
Daniels is.
But that was going to be the example I used though. Is remember CJ Stroud was a top 5 quarterback, and now last year by midseason we were talking about CJ Stroud any good.
What are the 10 best? Let's see. Let's just get. What are the 10 best seasons by NFL?
Also, Andrew Luck. We can't forget about Andrew Luck either.
Best passer ratings in a single playoff game by a rookie.
Well,
Daniels did it. Daniels did it back to back. No, I'm just looking up.
They're saying number 1. This is PFF. Number 1 PFF grade of 89.7 was Russell Wilson in 2012.
They're saying Daniels on here on MSN.
16 games, all starts, 252 of 393 passing, 64%, 3,118 yards, 26 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, 489 rushing yards, and 4 touchdowns. Number 2, they're going Robert Griffin III. 15 games, all starts, 258 for 393, which is 65.6%, 3,200 yards, 20 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 815 rushing yards.
Daniels had 3,600 passing.
It's definitely up there.
With 900 rushing.
I also think I want to see how the season ends still, because if he gets to a Super Bowl, it's not. Yes, it's definitely him.
Yeah, right.
So they got on here is Daniels, Herbert, Marino, Cam Newton in 2011. He was going crazy too during the year. CJ Stroud is number 5. RG3 is number 6. Andrew Luck 7. Russell Wilson 8. Dak Prescott 9. Dak was going crazy that year too.
Yeah, Dak went crazy.
One that doesn't get a lot of credibility.
And Big Ben.
I was just gonna say because he only played
Big Ben is
13 games.
Yeah, so, Big Ben is number 10 on this list.
Yeah, because he only played 13 games, but he went 13-0, and then he lost to the Patriots when everyone was losing the Patriots.
13 games. He had 2,500 passing, 15 touchdowns, 10 wins, and ultimately ended in the AFC Championship game to the Patriots, who will go on to repeat as champions. And Daniels has the best right now. Number 4 and 5.
How about this?
Best
stat?
rating in a single game.
How about this stat? Rookie quarterbacks to start a title game.
Luck was on one too.
Rookie quarterbacks to start a title game.
To a conference championship game.
Rookie quarterbacks to start a title game and where their defense scoring defense is ranked. Brock Purdy had the first number one scoring defense.
I forgot Purdy was a rookie.
Mark Sanchez had the third best scoring defense. Joe Flacco had the third best scoring defense. Ben Roethlisberger had the first best scoring defense. Sean King had the third best, and Jane Daniels is the 18th best.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Commanders are like middle of the pack as far as defense goes.
Yeah, I mean,
because their head coach is a defensive guru, but don't get started on that.
Yeah,
because they don't really who are their DBs? Can you guys name DBs?
Marshawn Lattimore.
Well, I'm not counting Lattimore. He just got there. He's hurt for. He only played like a game and a half.
Let's name the DBs. I name a DB, but what doesn't count?
Yeah, because he was there for a game and a half. Because he's notable because he just came from the Saints. Okay, but I'm saying before that,
but he is their guy.
I mean that's their.
I guess before he goes out with a hamstring.
They got that rookie out of. Well, they got that rookie out of Michigan. What's his name, Kenny? Sane something. Mike.
Yeah, they like him. They like him a lot.
Ristel?
Yeah, he's making his podcast rounds right now. So yeah, I'm lock up corner.
Definitely up. It's just I gotta wait till it's over so I can look at the full body work. But I mean, like because I don't want to be a person of the moment and say it right now and then be like, oh, I forgot about so and so. But I'd imagine, especially after this weekend, I'm giving Jaden Daniels the nod as the best rookie quarterback of all time.
I think I am too. I mean, yeah, fuck, it's good. He's good. But yeah, anyways, I'm picking the Commanders.
But I also don't want to have the whole offseason where everyone's crowning him as a top 5 quarterback, right? And that's no slight against him, but because we've seen this happen. Like, things can go wrong in the second year, and then you put all the blame on him, and it's not his fault. So I don't want to do that yet either. Now he messed around and beat that boy, my homeboy, in the Super Bowl. We might be having a different conversation in a couple weeks.
It'd be crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Anybody picking the Bills?
No.
I gotta see. My thing is
see it happen.
I think Allen has played tremendous this season. I think he can do it. I wouldn't be surprised if they do it. I'm just, for us of what the last 3-4 years, we sat here and we picked against the Chiefs.
Who's we?
Majority of people have picked against the Chiefs. And we said that, all right, there's no way to keep this going. Like I said earlier, we already seen the Bills beat them in the regular season, and they get to the playoffs, they lose. So I'm going with the Chiefs. Until the Bills prove me wrong, until Josh Allen does it, he's still he's still in the same category as the other. He's in the others.
But
category. To
be honest, this isn't even a Josh Allen Bill situation. This is just until the Chiefs prove me any differently, I'm not picking against them. Like, they could be playing against anybody this weekend, and I would be picking them. It just happens to be that they're playing against the Bills this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going Chiefs. I'm going Mahomes. I'm going Chiefs. I'm going Mahomes, and I'm going 3-peat. I can't bet against them. I mean, listen, I can't bet against them. I can't go against them. As much as I can't do it.
I'm not gonna lie. Is right now it looks like I put out even in the description of the video tonight. I think it's a crash course of a rematch. So.
You think it's gonna go? You think it's Eagles Chiefs?
Yeah, think we get that again, and then once again they get false hope that he can rock with the top 5, and he's not top 5, and he gets reminded again. But he threw for 350.
But and that shit was cute too. But this is a whole different Chiefs defense. Like, I'm telling you,
he threw for 350 against Pat Mahomes. So he belongs to
not only Kenny. Not only is this a different Chiefs defense, but
you're not going to be able to run. You're not going to be able to. You're not going to hand the ball 25 times. You're going to have the Chiefs are going to get ahead of you, and they're going to make that dude, Mr. Cool Guy with the goatee, pass the ball. And can he pass the rock? That's what it's going to come down to if that's what happens this weekend. But Super Bowl and Saquon. Shout out to Saquon, man.
Bro, I mean, but like not even that, but like They won. When did they win? They won the Super Bowl last, Kenny. When was it?
Who?
Oh, the Eagles?
The Chiefs.
Oh, the Chiefs last year.
Last year. Past 2 years.
Who was on that? Who was on that roster? Who was his wide receivers?
Rasheed Rice,
Like
Juju Smith-Schuster, MVS.
that's what I'm saying. Like, and now you got him with weapons.
No, Juju was killing your DBs then.
Right.
What happened? Who caught the pass in OT against the 49ers in the Super Bowl?
It was Juju.
Mecole Hardman.
No, it's Mecole Hardman.
Oh, Mecole. Oh yeah, on that
So now we got two
Bro.
game wreckers, right?
Who is guarding Xavier Worthy? Who is guard? I'm not talking about.
Zombie.
I forget Kels, forget Hollywood Brown, forget who is guarding Worthy. He's been torching everybody from slot, from the outside. It doesn't matter.
Don't let him get in open space. Don't let him get that end around.
He's different, bro. He's different.
I don't know.
And
I think they're
super
talented this year. So
because the Buffalo Bills let the Kansas City Chiefs draft Xavier Worthy
when you needed Worthy,
and they said, "Nah, we good on him." And then they said, "Nah, we got an Xavier Leggett. We'll get Keon Coleman."
No separation.
That's what they said.
No, he gets zero. He gets zero separation as a wide receiver.
So KC right now is 2-point favorites, which I think is way too low.
Oh, Dante, what's good, man? It's been a minute. How you been?
He shit about retirement. They said you still got football left, and
they actually asked him, and he said, "Yeah, he wasn't retiring."
Yeah, he literally said, "I think I still do."
Fly, Eagles, fly.
All right, Dante, enjoy your divisional round sneak by because you're about to get.
She said sneak by. Oh,
yeah, enjoy your divisional round sneak by. It's gonna hurt even more when you lose in the Super Bowl if you make it there. It's gonna hurt again. That's fine. But yeah, I'm gonna go Commanders. I'm gonna go Chiefs, and that's what I like to see in the Super Bowl. We'll see what happens. Looks like Kenny's going.
That's what. Yeah,
same thing, and then Lawrence is doing Eagles, Chiefs.
But I've been on the Commanders.
Yeah.
Well, I was on the Rams, but then Commanders, I thought we're going to get to this point anyways. Once I watched them, the way they played the Bucs, which I knew they were going to beat the Bucs, but the way they beat the Bucs, I was like, oh, they ain't losing for a while, huh? And they came out like they just looked like the better team against Detroit, and Detroit was everyone's Super Bowl pick.
I think we got 2 good games that we're gonna have, man. I think it's gonna be great. It's gonna be cold as shit in both places. It's under 30 in each game, right? It's looking like.
Let's see.
It's gonna be cold.
The over/under is 48.5 in the Buffalo Bills and Chiefs game. That's a lot of points. And the over/under is 47.5 in the Commanders.
It's supposed to be 40 in Philadelphia,
which isn't bad. Okay, that's football weather right there.
And 32 in Kansas City. So yeah, weather shouldn't be a factor.
Okay. All right, man.
In reality, though, these are 4 teams that all have to play with the elements, anyways. Though, so
yeah.
The Commanders are 6-point underdogs too. I like the Commanders to cover that game. Yeah,
Eagles fans gotta be some of the most unruly people on planet Earth.
He was standing on the field. He was standing on the field sneaking out. He was standing on the fucking field.
Yeah, Eagles fans, they take that shit too serious. They put their freedom on the line for people that don't know they exist.
They pack batteries in the snowballs.
Crazy. They unhinged, man. Yeah, that's about it though. This is pretty short season coming to an end, and we get into the forbidden sport of the quitters. The National Blowout League.
I haven't watched a single game this year. Not even on Christmas.
Yeah.
I just had this conversation today with Dre Mongo. The expansion to the play-in was the worst thing that happened in the NBA. You took a league that was already watered down because players were taking days off and didn't really care, and now you added more teams to a playoff and said, oh, it's going to make the product better? How? we can lose more games and make playoffs.
You incentivize them not to try anymore.
Yeah. People think, oh, well, they don't want to play in the one and done situation. They don't care.
I will touch on this just a minute because I don't really want to talk about NBA while football is going. But for me, it feels like this round of superstars that we've had in the league for now 10, 15 years, 20 years in some cases. I feel like it's low-key time for them to go.
I said that.
Like I feel like once they go, I feel like it's going to be turned over to a more athletic league. Not saying that they're not athletes.
No, I know what you're saying, but these are the guys that are the divas that don't want to play. Like, so I get what you're saying, but I don't like. LeBron was going to play every day. LeBron wasn't taking nights off for load management.
I'm not talking about LeBron. I'm never talking about LeBron.
No, but KD wasn't. Russ wasn't. Harden was. Like, these guys weren't taking load management nights.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean,
like Kawhi started making that shit cool. Now they all do it.
Listen. I watched today for Cade Cunningham, Ja, SGA, and Edwards. Those dudes, they get on the court. Wagner. Well, Wagner's hurt right now.
Oh,
yeah, he's been out for like a month or so, and then the other Italian brother is out. He's back. He's hoping. Paolo's back.
Pablo Prigioni.
But I like watching those dudes because once they get on the court, they about business. Like Cade, I don't know if he's on bullshit Detroit, but he goes out there and he's trying to give everybody buckets. So salute to him for actually trying.
I don't see. I mean, I don't see a way. I mean, the league is obviously popular worldwide, thanks to Asia a lot, France obviously. The league is popular worldwide, but like internally, I don't see a way that they can continue at this pace and still be able to. I mean, obviously they're going to produce a product, but still be able to produce a product that people want to watch. I think changes are going to have to be made. Adam Silver needs
which I think he's trying to cook up as much as he can. He's trying. This is probably the most we've seen the NBA like change in a short span like this in a while.
Did you see what Maverick Carter's trying to do?
Yeah. Yeah, he's making his own league.
Raise the funds to make his own international basketball league that would rival the NBA.
So basically
something like that would be great. I think competition.
But they call LeVar crazy. They call LeVar crazy.
Stop it. We are not gonna compare the JBA to whatever
the money launderer.
He was scouring Vine for dudes' highlight tapes to tell him to come play for him.
Yeah,
he was trying to be a visionary. He just had to back it.
He had a corrupt fraud
partner,
Ponzi scheme partner running everything, bro. Yeah. I'm supposed to trust you with my son, and you can't even properly vet your business partner, man. If you don't go somewhere.
BBB. Yeah, pretty cool moment. Lonzo and LaMelo played against each other.
Was that the first time they were on the court together? Because Lonzo's been hurt for forever.
Yeah, he's back too.
Yeah, I would also.
You know what's crazy? Did you see there's talks about him being traded back to LA?
I did see
Lakers are the most Lakers team of all time.
Like what?
Sending D'Lo back to Brooklyn.
Yeah, D'Lo was happy. He said, "I could just hoop now."
Not for nothing. Also, when it comes to the NBA, like it's low-key just hard to watch. Like actually hard to watch. Like
yes,
like
there's not enough nationally televised games.
Like you got TNT.
You gotta go through 17 different subscriptions to watch something.
Yeah, like I don't want to do all
like
that.
I'm not about to get Bally Sports of LA to go watch the Lakers. I'm not about to get.
That's the problem. Even baseball is the same way. Like they're regional because there's so many games. It has to be a regional thing. So like for us, you're locked into either the Nets or the Knicks. So one, if you're not a Nets or Knicks fan, that sucks. And then who wants to watch the Nets and the Knicks? Like
yeah. I mean, I want to watch Superstar.
I think we seen the Yes. I feel like we've seen the Yes Network growing up forever.
YouTube TV, you don't have Yes Network or MSG. Like you don't have those channels.
Yeah.
Like
what I was saying was we had Yes Network, but I never was like, oh my God, this is strictly Knicks or Yankees. Like I noticed that it was on, but like you don't really go to it unless you're like a super fan of that team, not knowing that's how the rest of the states works anyway. You feel me? Right. So it's like now we're older. I'm like, damn, like They got Bally Sports, LA, Milwaukee, and you're like, damn,
right, and that's
the only way to really watch it.
Because it's weird for us because everyone else was called like Fox Sports West or whatever, and we had MSG and we had yes. So
and now I'm seeing having the Fire Stick. I'm like, yo, this is 17 different Foxes. Like you click on one and it's like they talking about the news in North Dakota, and it's like, how the hell did I even get here? Why does this exist?
Yeah, it's crazy. I had to call Kenny one night for the Super Box. I was like,
bro, I'm trying to watch.
I said, Kenny, I don't know what ESPN I'm at, I'm watching cricket right now, bro.
It's ESPN Deportes.
No, it wasn't even Deportes, bro.
And Venezuela.
He was watching Iranian
cricket. It was some fucking crazy. Yeah, it was something crazy. I'm like, no, Kenny, I don't know what ESPN I'm on, but I just want to watch regular ESPN.
That jailbroke should be crazy, bro. That you unlock to everything, bro. There was one night I'm over here watching the Saint Lucia news.
I'm saying,
I'm like, oh shit, what's going on over here?
Yeah,
oh, man.
I mean, I think honestly, the NBA TV package is great, right? You can watch every single game, but I mean, that's just expensive. Like,
and when there's not enough competitive games on a nightly basis,
what the fuck am I paying for that to watch?
Like,
right.
I'm paying to watch somebody clear the benches.
You're like, you hover over it. You're like, are they gonna try tonight, or is this game over after a quarter and a half and they clear benches?
What I think every league needs to do is they need to offer a package where I can just buy my team. Like, I just want to be able to watch the Falcons every week I should be able to buy the Atlanta Falcons package.
That's all.
City Thunder package. Like,
for the majority of it, that's what people want to do anyway. Everybody's not trying to bounce around.
They think that they're going to like lose money, but you're not, because your super fans are still going to buy the whole package. And now you're going to get people that weren't buying it before to just buy their team. It'll never happen because there's too much money at stake.
Yeah, they're greedy. But man, let's get up out of here. We're a little over an hour. Any last words? The crew is back. Phil's out. He's
sick.
He's under the weather. So he should be. Hopefully, he's back next week.
Nothing.
I ain't got nothing.
Me either, man. Just keep striving to be great. Everybody be blessed, man. We got NFC and AFC conference championships this weekend. I'm thinking it's going to be Eagles Chiefs for the Super Bowl. And it should be a good one. We'll see what happens, though. I'm hoping JD does something special.
Would love to see it.
Yes, sir. All right, we up out of here. We appreciate y'all. Peace.